Thank you for watching our free YouTube creator training library brought to you by the senior tuber community. Then we have the upload defaults. Now, what I want to share that is really important, it has to do with that TubeBuddy account again. Upload default is another word for templates. And if you don't have TubeBuddy, you get one upload default, which is a template for how when you upload your videos, what happens? Do they come up completely blank? Or do you have stuff that is auto-populated into the video so it saves you a lot of time? This is one of the things that I call automation. You set it and forget it, or you just add a little bit to it. Now, if you don't plan on getting TubeBuddy, or just not right now, YouTube provides one upload default. Most of us use more than that. So I have one for podcasts, I have one for interviews, I have one for testimonials, I have ones just for crazy things that I do for teaching. So if you have that, I recommend you get TubeBuddy. There's even a free version of it. I will keep the link posted in the description so that you can try it out for free, or you can get 50% off with my link. But it is definitely a YouTuber's best friend. And I'll keep pointing it out so that you know some of the features. And eventually we're going to have TubeBuddy training. We're going to go over the hundreds of features that they have, and that provide you a lot of assistance with your channel. So if you don't have TubeBuddy, this is what you're going to get. And if you do get it, I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. So you put the title here, you put the description here, and we're going to be discussing descriptions when we go over videos. But when you upload the video, you bring in the upload default that pertains to the topic of that video. So if this is a podcast, I would be bringing in podcast upload default, and it would put all the information that I put here that I want in every description of a podcast. And I advise you that you don't put it on any visibility except for private. The reason you do that is because YouTube looks at your stats for the first couple of days. And if you put this on public and you're not done optimizing it, then that's a problem, because you're going to be out there. They're going to see your stats. Nobody's going to know about it because you don't have your tags and your thumbnail and everything done. So you're not going to get the same response as when you wait till you're done and then put it into public mode. So it's very important that you keep it to be an upload default as private. So if I go and I upload a video today and then I hit the podcast default, it's not going to be live while I'm making all the changes and adding in all the data. And speaking of data, this is a tag section. These tags we're going to be going over in detail when we go into the video optimization. But there are tags that you're going to want to put in almost every one of your videos. So you might as well start here. I was going to say, depending on which default it is, you might have tags. Like for my podcast, I might have the podcast name. I might put down a podcast for mature creators. And those are going to go into all my podcast defaults. So that I could put in here. And then when it gets uploaded into the video, then I put up video specific tags. So if it's a podcast about a certain person or a certain technique, or, I did how to do a family reunion on YouTube, then that kind of stuff would go in there when the upload shows up. But this here, if you put it in all the tags that you already know you want on every single one, that benefits you with YouTube. They like to see continuity. And if you're putting in new tags every single time because you're doing it about the video, they're going to wonder if you have a niche that is consistent. Because if they see that you have some consistency, they're going to share you with others, because YouTube wants you to keep people on YouTube, and you want to keep your viewers on your channel. So it really does work for you if you have tags that are consistent and people can find you. And we have TubeBuddy has an incredible tag and keyword finder that's going to make a difference, where you can see what people are searching for and how it rates, and whether you want to add it to your video or not. So down here, when we do the TubeBuddy, you have where you can bring in and create new defaults down here. All right, let's go to advanced settings. This is where you can choose your category. and there are many to choose from. Find the one that's closest to what you would say your channel is about. Most of us are here to either entertain or educate, but I wanted mine to be on people and blogs, but I could put down education as well. It depends on what you feel is the closest one for you, because you can only pick one category. And this is if you have a standard YouTube license or a Creative Commons. And that one is where people can use some of your material. And we'll have to get a whole section about that, because you'll have to know if you want people to use any of your material. Did you ever go to you can find other channels where you say, oh, I wish I could use this. I wish I could share this. Well, if it says that they have a Creative Commons license, then you probably could. And it is a little sticky with how you do that. There's you could probably even write to YouTube, and they don't give you very clear and concise guidelines on what you can and cannot use of other people, but you can use other people's material. And then you want to pick your language. And the reason why it has to be picked here is because later on, when you want to put your captions in, your captions are automatic if you go to the caption section. But if you don't have a language in, you'll wonder why it's not working, because it doesn't know what language to give you the subtitles in. And we use subtitles and captions interchangeably. So you want to see if there's anything here that you want in a different language. I have one of my clients that wants English, but they also want to be able to translate it into another language. So you'll have to do that when the video is up, or you translate from English to another language. These are the sections here. This content has never aired on television or US, which is, if you haven't aired it anywhere, chances are that's what you're going to do. If that's the major selection, click it. And if it's ever been on the air or any of these other things, then you can change it per video. But it's nice to know you don't have to change it every one if this is the most common selection. And then comments. Do you want comments on or off? And if you do want them off or anything else, you could say, don't hold back any comments. Basic hold, which is hold any possible inappropriate comments. You can be strict about it. You could hold them all. If you ever notice that you want to leave a comment somewhere and you can't, it's probably because they have it turned off. And I don't like it. So I usually keep it on the basic hold. And do you ever see somebody who has a bunch of likes on their YouTube channel, and you can see they've got 3,000 likes, and you say, that's pretty impressive. And if you don't want to show your likes, you can shut it off. But I will tell you, people like to see it. Even if it's just one, they want to see it. And it used to be, if you disliked a video, that you would see how many dislikes that are on there, but that doesn't happen anymore. The people who own the channel will see the dislikes, but the viewers will not, which is very nice, so that you don't have to worry about what people see. Okay, and then we're going to go to monetization. This is not monetization training. We're going to have a whole bunch of that coming up. But right now, this is just what kind of ads you want. Do you want to place the ads in the beginning, in the middle, at the end? Do you want ones that they could skip, or ones that don't skip? And I recommend, if you're a new channel, that you don't put unskippable ads, because if you don't like them, chances are somebody else isn't. But if I'm on a channel that a lot of people are craving that material or that information, like a news channel and there's some big news, they're going to have things like that, and people are going to wait for that ad to run, even though they can't skip it, because it's worth it for them. So I would just say you can plug in anything you want. If you have a meditation or anything that is quiet, do not put an ad in the middle of the meditation. That's another thing I want to recommend, because people are going to be upset when they're being woken from their REM state, right? Now we're going to go back to the options of getting all other defaults. And what that's going to look like is you're going to add a new default. So what I do is I have several defaults. One, I have a template that I learned from a class, and I have it set up as just organizational tips. Put a call to action here, put a title here, put a chapters here. And then I have others that are my reports that I put out, what the report should say on every upload. This is one of my series that I've done. We have meditations, as I said. So these are my meditations. You can see the descriptions here, the name of the title, and it's on private. And then you have your tags here. Now, what did I do here? I only have 132 tags out of a possible 500. Why is that? Because these are the ones that I want in every single meditation video, but not necessarily all of them. You want to use, if you can get 500 characters for your tags, use them. But in this case, I want to use it specific to the video. So I left only these as the default. So, you can see I've got lots of different ones, different tags, different affiliate marketing. In this group, we're going to learn how to do affiliate marketing and other kind of marketing to make money. And if you're going to do that, you could put those affiliates right there in your description with links. And that's really important if you want to start selling things. So stick around for the monetization part of this training. So what you want to do with this is you're going to go to TubeBuddy. You're going to, if you do decide to use TubeBuddy and have multiple upload defaults, I recommend that you go back to the original one that comes with YouTube for free. And you then say, okay, I am not going to use this one anymore. And you take everything out of it because whatever's in this default one is going to show up when you upload a video. So this has to come out or it's going to look exactly like whatever's in here. And last but not least, I don't put a title in because there have been times that I've uploaded several videos at a time. And when I did that, they all had the same title and it confused me. So I leave it blank, which is a reminder to me to put the right title in. And then it's not going to confuse me because I have several titles the same. Thank you for watching our free YouTube Creator Training Library brought to you by the Senior Tuber community.